with Curtis Foltz, who's Executive Director of the Georgia Ports Authority, which runs the ports of Brunswick and Savannah. Savannah is the fastest growing port in the country, and there's a reason behind it. Curtis is very concerned about the state of the infrastructure in this country, and Curtis, I wonder if you could tell us what your concern is.
Sure, Pete, I'd be happy to. You know, one of the things, I've been in this industry close to 30 years now. One of the things that concerns me terribly today is when I travel internationally and I talk to our customers that use our ports, and I see what the rest of the world's doing to build their infrastructure for long-term commerce, long-term competitiveness, and long-term growth. And without any exaggeration, our foreign ports are doubling and tripling their capacity, while at the same time we're growing our capacity at maybe 5% a year. It's not just terminal capacity, which is one thing, but it's also the ability to access our ports. So I think our nation needs to step back and take a hard look and try to decide how committed we are to competing globally for commerce. That means improved road access and highway access to all of our ports, improved rail access to ensure that we have long-term environmental sustainability and economies of scale that can move freight quickly. It's making sure that all of our ports, the vast majority, the major gateways, have deep water access, so the larger ships that provide economies of scale and lower costs of shipping goods more reliably have access to the port facilities. So we've got to deal with water access on one side. We need to make sure that our ports can expand and improve the velocity of the port facilities themselves. And then we've got to be able to deal with the landside infrastructure that ensures freight mobility to its customers.
Curtis, at a time when there's such concern about the deficits in this country, and state governments certainly are hurting worse than anybody else, how can we afford to do what you think we need to do for the infrastructure?
I don't think we can afford not to do it. If we don't do it, we become less competitive. Our nation can't produce globally. We can't compete globally. So we have to invest for the future. This investment is solid investment into infrastructure that allows us to compete for products that we produce in this country to sell overseas, but also brings the cost of goods that we have to purchase down. So to me, there's no real alternative. This is a sound investment, a solid investment. The government needs to make choices. There's no doubt about it. The federal government has to during times of limited funds, but we have to be committed to transportation to ensure that we have, as a nation, can compete globally, and that's the only way that as a nation we're going to continue to survive.
Well, as the fastest growing port in the country, can you tell us how you are managing that growth and how you are developing the infrastructure needed to handle that growth?
We've got a lot of people who are doing all the work. Fortunately, I'm kind of the ambassador for the group, but it's everything from technology. We continue to modernize our facilities. We've improved the capacity of our facility by 40% over the last couple of years. We're going to more than double the capacity really over the next 10 years. So we're working on ensuring that we've got the most modern equipment that's available today, the most modern technology, that our facilities are laid out in efficient manners. We work with both Class 1 railroads operating in the East Coast, our partners in CSX and Norfolk Southern, to make sure that our customers have that efficient mode of transportation, not just to Atlanta and Charlotte, North Carolina, but to Nashville, to Memphis, to Birmingham, to Dallas, Texas, and throughout the entire Southeast. So we're continuing to support that. The state of Georgia has been very responsive in building new roadways, rail overpasses, so that we're dealing with that freight mobility component that is most important to our customer base.
And finally, on the ocean side, how are you going to handle all those big ships that are going to start coming through the Panama Canal after 2014 when it completes that third set of locks?
We're going to get this river deepened to begin with because it's in the nation's best interest, and the federal government wants to build exports, and we're an export-dominant port. We are finishing road projects as we speak. We've just completed some rail expansion, and we're going to be ready on the terminal side.
And how are you going to get that river dredged?
I'm going to grab a shovel and head out there myself if the federal government doesn't. No, we have a lot of confidence in our federal partners. The Army Corps has worked on this project for the past 12 years. Got a lot of science behind it. There have been a lot of modeling that's been done. People that know a lot more about that than I do. There's over $200 million of environmental mitigation that's been included in the project. So I think across the board, everybody's concerns have been heard through the process. They've been a part of it, and we're excited about getting it done.